To our starting lineups presented by Honda Manufacturing of Indiana, the official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. And even on a 3-day turnaround, 0 changes for Martin Rennie. The exact same lineup we saw on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I think sometimes as a coach, when you feel like you had a performance that just clicked, you stay with it. You had the results you wanted. You had a performance you wanted. Also, you take a look. You're taking a look at different guys in different spots and seeing how they connect together as you get into this playoff run. So you have all these options and scenarios in your head.
For the Bethlehem Steel, Michelle Galena is their leading goal scorer playing tonight. He's got 5 goals on the season. Their leading goal scorer in Ferris with 6 is out for tonight's game as he continues to serve a red card suspension. 34 different players have appeared in a match this year for the Bethlehem Steel. You can see Indy 11 head coach Martin Rennie collecting his thoughts before tonight's contest. Injury report for the Indy 11. Clean as a whistle. It's brought to you by Community Health Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Tyler Gibson getting his start in a 27th consecutive match. He has played all but 6 minutes for the Indy 11 this season. Bethlehem standing over the ball. They are ready to go, waiting on the signal from our match referee this evening in Kevin Broadley. He gives it. We're good to go once again. Thanks for joining us for Indy 11 Soccer here on My Indy TV and ESPN Plus. And Evan Newton can take his dear old sweet time to track down the opening ball of the match. 4th time these two teams have played each other. Bethlehem was one of the 4 teams that Indy played 3 times during the regular season last year. They lost the opening get-together in May 2-1. They won the return fixture in Bethlehem in July 1-0 on a goal by Jack McInerney, and played to a 1-1 draw against a very young Bethlehem team in the home finale last October. And that's kind of been the direction the Steel have gone this year. They've kind of gotten a little bit younger with their lineup. As an example, Brad, their average age against North Carolina last Saturday, 19.6 years of age.
Absolutely incredible. And you referenced the fact that they've had 34 different players play for them this season. That makes it so difficult as a coach to put a game plan together and try and figure out where they can come at you, because it's a constant revolving door of players.
Offense has not been a problem for Bethlehem. Defense has been the issue. Hackshaw plays that across. Was there a deflection there? The answer is no. Goal kick coming for Matt Freeze. He is one of 4 different netminders that have seen time for the Steel this season. Played his collegiate soccer at Harvard. This is his 6th match of the year. So, for example, 4 different goalkeepers. None of them have played more than 9 times for the Steel this season.
Makes it difficult because, you know, when you get into the run of the game and you get into the flow of the game and you got 4 different guys, you got 4 different, in your head, 4 different levels of goalkeepers with their feet, 4 different levels of where they like the ball, how they distribute. So you have to stay clicked in because it's going to be different with the different goalkeeper.
7 different occasions this year, including the last time out. The Steel have scored at least 3. They played to a 3-3 draw with North Carolina last Saturday. Only problem is that on 11 different occasions, the Steel have given up at least 3, including in their loss against Indy on April the 20th at Talon Energy Stadium.
That's a clever ball.
Michelle Galena. We saw him a season ago for the Bethlehem Steel. Native of the Republic of Congo. Signed to an MLS deal back in May, but on loan to the USL club. And he earns a corner in minute number 3. Here you see Evan Newton, the all-time leader in clean sheets in the history of the USL Championship, having picked up another one on Wednesday against Ottawa. Back to Evan, or his teammate in Jordan Farr, have allowed a combined total of 4 goals in 14 home matches this season.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And what, 1 in the run of play, right?
Correct. Set piece opportunity here. Good bending ball, but that time Newton had it lined up. Shot was taken by Shintu, who had his first goal with Bethlehem in that 3-goal effort against North Carolina last Saturday. So to that point, this is the 3rd match in 7 days for Indy. It's the 3rd match since the Steel last played. Deflection taken away.
Pressure.
Connor trying to find Pasher, and the sliding tackle by Nathan Harriel.
Tough. He had Novoa out on his right if he would have seen it.
Have a player injured for Bethlehem. That is Shivani Willis, native of Jamaica, that is down on the turf. Time now for our keys to the match. They are presented by your Central Indiana Honda dealers, the official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11.
Yeah, for Indy, complicate the reads. You referenced it on Saturday or on Wednesday. They played with an average age of 19.6. The more complicated you make the reads, the tougher it is for their decision making. Also, get Iose touches. He can do anything at any time. Give him the ball so we can see the magic. For Bethlehem, manage the lines and press. This is a team that can get pulled apart with the complexity of how Indy plays. They have to manage when they're going to press and where their lines are. And then right here, Pasher, Pasher, Pasher. If you don't have a plan for Tyler Pasher, you're going to lose the game.
Pasher, 10 goals this season. Has not hit any in the last couple of matches for the Indy 11, which means by his current pace, he's due.
Well, that's a really interesting thought, because you take a look, maybe he hasn't scored, but he draws so much attention that he opens up play for other players.
Referee did a great job of shielding the defender on that ball to keep it in play for Indy. Iose sends it back towards the top of the 18. Novoa in the mix, but is whistled for a foul.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on that from Iose. I just expect that kind of play.
There you see Brendan Burke. He is the only head coach in the 4-year history of the Bethlehem Steel. Again, this club, this is the USL club of the Philadelphia Union. The team named Bethlehem, the last 3 years played in Bethlehem, but this season all matches have been either at the home of the Union in Chester, PA. Played a couple of matches at Drexel during the course of the season as well. These guys train with the Union on a daily basis. And the one thing that we were able to witness here last October, and we've talked about their youth movement, the developmental program the Union have is outstanding. They have some high quality young players, and this is part of the growing process to get to Major League Soccer, is to succeed at this level.
What's interesting is the different philosophies that the
Pasher can't knock it by him. Freeze got in the way. Pasher did score against the Steel back in April.
What's interesting to see is how all of these clubs handle the player development differently. You look at New York versus Bethlehem, and it's different ways that they're developing players, but it's successful for both of them.
Hatshaw didn't get a piece of it, but did enough to deflect that off of the foot of Issa Rayan. Martin Remy, second-year head coach of the Indy 11. Indy with 6 road wins. That's a franchise record. 16 regular season wins, also a franchise record. And with 3 points tonight, would set a club record for points in a season, as the 2016 NASL club finished with 55 points in their best season in club history. Filling in the space is Illich, racing forward, finds Pasher. Pasher didn't have an angle to shoot, so he plays it off to Iose. Iose slides with the right foot. Connor couldn't latch onto it. And now Galena will hold up play for the Bethlehem Steel. Rayan, who played his college soccer at Duke, but is still a young player. Issa Rayan just turned 19 last month.
And you can hear, Coach, I think there's a microphone by Bethlehem's bench. You can hear Coach Burke and how he's talking about how to, he's guiding them in the press and guiding them to step and guiding them when to double.
Couldn't tell that was Coach Burke or whether it was Freeze in goal, but one of the two. We were listening into that conversation. By the way, this match brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine. Dream big, work hard, and finish strong. Indy 2-1-1 against the Steel. Both wins have been on the road. One of the goals of the year for the Indy 11 happened against this Steel club as the flag goes up on Galena. In the home finale last year on October the 6th, the 60-yard dime from Iose that Eugene Starikoff one-timed over Tomas Romero. And a 1-1 draw. A little miscommunication there, which leads to an opportunity. Barrett quickly will simply play that ball to the side.
And you give a little bit of credit to Carl Ouimet on that ball. As it was touched by him, he did a great job of bumping him just enough to knock him off pace. It's those little things that make a difference. Turner was through off the touch if he didn't get nudged.
Christian Novoa earning his second straight start. His speed on display, and he was a millisecond away from getting to that one. He was called for an early offside against Ottawa on Wednesday night. And talking with Martin Rennie yesterday, he thought that after studying the tape, that Mr. Novoa was in fact onside. And that should have been the first Indy 11 goal. You see Ioze. Now 7 goals and 11 assists in 2 seasons with the Indy 11. Tonight is Ioze's 54th appearance over 2 years with the club. Opportunity here.
Tough.
Settled ball doesn't get through.
Good step.
Barrett with the shot block. And now Macaulay King springs Novoa forward. Now back to Macaulay King. He'll switch up sides. The attack to Ioze.
Such a great ball, and he's done a fantastic job in these last 3 games of knocking the ball around the park.
Ball's going right back to him. One more time. Again, that took a deflection off of Bethlehem boot. It was Cortez that got to it. Now Hackshaw. He too scored against Bethlehem back in April. Hackshaw, Dane Kelly, Tyler Pasher, the goal scorers on that day. The flick forward. Pasher goes down. It won't be a penalty. It's outside of the 18.
Heads up.
But a dangerous restart coming for the Indy 11.
Heads up. You sometimes just got to pick your poison. Is it more dangerous to let the 11 have a restart at the top of the box, or to let Pasher run at the ball inside the 18?
Fan Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship in many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Ioze lifts it up. No traffic in front of the net. King on the turf asking for a foul. Won't get it. The restart, a quick one.
Oh, that's a clever move.
Good footwork by Galena. Now Cortez flying down the flank. Pasher matches him step for step, and Pasher takes it away.
Love it. Love the effort that the club continues to give player for player in tracking back.
That's a guy we don't normally see on that end of the field in Pasher. Well hit ball, but again, kind of the second or third ball we've seen directly sent towards Evan Newton. That one off the foot of Issa Rayan. Ioze couldn't slide it by the last defender. Steele taking some time to get organized here. Cliff Bar Baking Company, Indianapolis, proud to team up with the Indy 11. Provide meals to IPS students through their Meals for Miles program. That goes into the amount of miles that guys like Tyler Gibson and Patty Barrett run on a regular basis. Believe me, it's a lot.
I do believe you. I always believe you, Regstrom.
Good job by Barrett to knock that ball some 40 yards down the pitch.
I hate that.
In other words, the ball to the side is giving up on it, correct?
Yes. Knock it up the field.
This is a teaching moment, Coach. The floor is yours. Have
okay, let me head down there. Come here, kid.
I meant for the broadcast, not him.
Right,
yes.
right. You're a professional player. You should have the technical ability to keep that ball in bounds. You're not pressed at that level.
For those outside of Indianapolis, my broadcast partner, the head men's soccer coach at DePaul University. They're one of 2 teams to get victories over Manchester today. Norwich City beat Manchester City 3-2.
I was not at that game.
You beat Manchester University 5-1. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Offside flag went up for Galena. This portion of this match presented by Keystone Construction. It's more than construction. Keystone, we build a vision.
You talk about the brilliance of Iose, the pace and creativity of Pasher, and the consistency that they've had all season in that. There's this silent consistency with Tyler Gibson. You get the exact same level of play, level of excellence, every single match he plays.
Native of Knoxville, Tennessee. Missed a good chunk of last year with an injury. Pasher couldn't slide it through to Illich. Gibson and Ouimet were teammates 2 years ago in San Francisco when they won the last NASL championship. Now Barrett, that ball had eyes. Illich gives it a go. Karam doesn't go his way. Throw in coming here for Ouimet in front of the Bethlehem steel bench. In the Steel, a playoff team each of the last 2 seasons. They're out of the playoff mix now. But a good result tonight could change some things. Flick forward. Good read by Bethlehem. Connor will settle for Indy. Player who made that read was Ben Ofemu.
What a find.
Navoa, left foot, doesn't get through. Cortez got in the way. Navoa, the back heel. Illich!
This is ridiculous. It's like you're playing FIFA. The touches, the creativity, it's magical.
And Navoa has been here for about, what, 4 weeks? 5 weeks?
Yeah.
He and Connor, the 2 of the 4 guys added in early August. Take a look.
Goodness, look at this. I mean, just this ball right here to find him. Look at that touch. This is, no, that's sick. Stop it.
Illich thought that ball took a deflection off a Bethlehem player. Official did not agree with him. Navoa yet to get an Indy 11 goal. Illich, his lone goal, a game winner. One of those 6 aforementioned road wins against North Carolina back on August the 3rd. Hackshaw going to be called for the foul. Bit aggressive in going after that ball. And those road wins, Indy will have a chance to add to those because after tonight's game, they are not back here until October the 5th. The next 4 they will play will be away from Lucas Oil. At Birmingham next Friday, at Atlanta United the following Wednesday, then at Pittsburgh on September the 28th, and then a return date with the Ottawa Fury on Wednesday, October the 2nd.
And that makes these 3 points, tough. That makes these 3 points so critical to pick up.
And 16 wins this year for Indy, 10 in this building, 6 on the road. Great ball by Connor, and Drew draws the foul. And a nice exchange between he and Galena. Connor, the native of the northwest suburbs of Chicago. Spent time with the Chicago Fire for several years after playing collegiately at Wisconsin. But it spent the early portion of this year in the Czech Republic. King, good looking ball, but he was over the touchline. As immediately spotted by one of our assistant referees tonight. Dimensions here, 120 yards the length of the pitch, 74 yards wide. The chip shot by Iose to lift it to Hackshaw. Pasher back post. Got a touch on it, but not a controlling one. He kind of landed at an awkward angle. Looks like he's all right. Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride and get your exclusive Indiana Members Credit Union Indy 11 debit card at any Indiana Members Credit Union branch, or log on to imcu.com today. Pasher lines up to get back on side, but Iose put that ball behind him. A rare time where those two were not connected, because they have been, not in terms of space, but mentally, they've been joined at the hip all season long. Tyler Pasher, one of 3 players in Indy 11 history to have double-digit goals in a season. That question's going to be brought up in a new feature coming up at halftime.
It is. We got a new feature?
Professional broadcast tease there. Stay tuned.
Oh, my goodness.
And a soccer ball for Mr. King, please. As Pasher awaits, it's because there's not a ball close for King to track down. Now he's got one.
That's a young mistake right there. You just let that ball run, or somebody communicates to him and let him know he's got no pressure, and that's a goal kick.
Stop. Get a line up. Stop. Stop.
Opportunity here for Bethlehem. Rayan throws it ahead for Galena, but Newton at the top of the 18 able to snag it and prevent any further advance.
They've been fairly effective, Bethlehem has, in the counter up until they get to the attacking third, and at that point it breaks down. The ball is either mishit or the run is off, but they've shown they can be dangerous because you've got all the buildup in place. It's just that final bit that needs work.
The flick by Pasher. King will collect. Keeper reads it and frees. This portion of this match presented by the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. Take your business to the next level in a state that works. When these two teams played back in April, Indy put 2 goals together in a 2-minute span. Minutes 27 and 29. Well done by Bethlehem. That deflected off of Pasher.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of forcing him into his right foot and putting cover in behind so he can't turn the corner.
King foul. Fans, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home for all things USL. At least 19 matches will be featured on the ESPN networks, including 9 on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Off goes Pasher. Trying to get to that left foot.
What a cut. Think how frustrating that's got to be defensively. You defend Pasher well enough to force him to give the ball up.
Illich saved. Left foot deflected.
What a save.
For a second time in 4 games. Illich had a header that probably should have found the back of the net.
Okay, let's look at this.
Great save by Freeze.
Unreal. Yeah.
And then just skied it. I thought it was deflected on the second. It did not. He just roofed it. Probably should have been 1-0 in favor of Indy after that combination of play.
I think the frustration you have as a back four. You do a great job of defending Pasher. You get the ball. You get him to give up the ball. And who does he give it to? Ioze with space.
And for all of Pasher's skill in terms of scoring this season with 10 goals, he has still been a great distributor when he gets that ball to the byline and can play it back. Good things have happened for the Indy 11. Think of the game winner for Alioune Jahate against Atlanta United 2. That came from a Pasher ball in a similar scenario back in June.
As you were talking about Illich's header, the game winner, that was off of a Pasher ball too, wasn't it? Or was that Gibson?
That was Gibson.
Here we go.
Opportunity here.
There you go.
Illich, the flick to Ioze.
Okay, great job by Harriel. He just kept backing up, keeping both the ball and Pasher in his line of sight.
And he continues to switch sides of the attack. They'll make you guard all 74 yards of this pitch. Pasher, again, to that spot. Couldn't play it across, but does earn a corner. That was well defended by Ben Ofemu for the steal. Fan Soccer Saturday can be heard every Saturday morning on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Today we were joined by Indy 11 head coach Martin Rowney, John Arlia from USLChampionship.com, and former Indy 11 goalkeeping coach, now the Marion women's coach, and Gary Yohe. His team 7-0 to start the season. You can listen on demand anytime at 1075thefan.com. Iose sends it in. Illich, no. Barrett. King doesn't chase after that one. Played that one a little more defensively. Connor able to intercept it in midfield. Ball played in, flicked by Novoa. Chest, not a handball. Referee immediately signaled off his chest, not an extended arm.
It's great officiating. As soon as it happened, he goes right to his chest. Yep. Lets everybody know who's going to complain. Hey, I got it. I saw it. I called it.
Kevin Broadley, our match referee tonight. This match presented by Honda Manufacturing of Indiana, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. And Ouimet will tap that ball back to his keeper. Takeaway here by Bethlehem. Counter opportunity. Galina gets around Hackshaw. Galina plays it across. Deflected. Not out of danger yet. Newton closes the door.
Carl Ouimet. What a play. Weak side defender coming in to help when it broke down. Clever play by Galina.
So corner. The result of that for Indy could have been a whole lot worse than a corner.
And there, you know, we talk about that counterattack and that buildup. There, the final pass was there. Galina was effective in it.
Cortez sends it in. Ofemu got ahead to it. Is there going to be a penalty out of this? Or is it a foul the other direction? Yeah, it's a foul the other direction. Ouimet the player that is down on the turf for Indy. Shintu, the player that is getting a talking to for the Bethlehem Steel. And a yellow card being shown to Yomi Samuele Shintu. Forward out of Germany. 22 years of age.
He's a veteran on this team.
Every time in a restart you hear a whistle like that, you start to get nervous that it might be a penalty. It was a card the other direction. Great job by our camera crew to catch the knock that Ouimet took. Now, the one thing that is of interest in looking at the 18, we're really talking about the guys on the bench in the opening 45 minutes, but Mitch Osmond is not in the 18 tonight, and he has been the guy that has spelled Barrett or Hackshaw or Ouimet when needed. So Nico Perea, who we saw as a midfielder when he played for the Indy 11 against Charleston a week ago, he is listed as the only defender on the guys on the bench. However, Macaulay King can drop back and play that role, or you can bring Matt Watson in.
That's the move right there. Matt Watson is the great eraser. You can play him anywhere you need him.
11 positions, broadcast analyst, popcorn salesman.
Hey, he could do it.
And literally on cue, Matt Watson is told, hey, start warming up. You could also drop Iose back if you felt the need to do that.
Right. And, you know, actually, Pasher was signed as a defender. That's where he started last year. And then his pace and his creativity, he just started sliding him up. We saw him move to the midfield. It became effective. You started sliding him up higher.
And if you are putting gauze in the nose, you are officially reaching fight doctor territory, as Ouimet is being treated on the pitch.
You know, when you looked at that replay, it was a shin guard he took right to the face.
Yep.
And those are bulletproof. A lot of those are made out of Kevlar.
This is the good news, and it shows you how much traffic there's been for the Indy 11 the last couple of weeks. They have a 6-day gap after this game. That would be the longest stretch of time they have had in between games since mid-August. That's good news after tonight. We'll see if Ouimet passes concussion protocol test and things of that nature.
Yeah, I think for Carl Ouimet, you have to pull him out. I don't think he's ever.
But I also think he just kind of, if it's the nose and not further up, then hopefully not the concussion side of things. And apparently he has passed said check. They've given him a fresh jersey because of blood on it. So he will re-enter momentarily. So Indy 11 playing a man down briefly with that steal trying to force the issue. Little space here. Quickly swept away by Indy. Illich plays it back to midfield. Ouimet has now been waved back on. King with a little toe poke. And Pasher. Novoa. I'm going to say, yeah, that's not a legal play in soccer.
No.
It is Indiana. That's a phenomenal screen he just set. If you're running the pick and roll, that's Stockton to Malone. That's fantastic. But you can't do that in soccer.
And I tell you what, it freed Pasher up.
Yep.
So you got to call it.
That's probably even an offensive foul in hoops, kind of thing.
Yeah,
you can't lead with a shoulder like that.
One way to eliminate a double team.
Cortez, the player that got sent flying. Fans Wednesday night on ESPN3. It's more electrifying Wednesday night soccer. One of the league's top defenses and hottest clubs, St. Louis FC. They've won 4 in a row as they take on first place New York Red Bulls 2. Wednesday night soccer, 8 o'clock on ESPN3. That is from Worldwide Technology Park in St. Louis. As all of a sudden, Indy 11 will turn into St. Louis FC fans on Wednesday night. After last night's game, Red Bulls 2 has just one more home match left this year. Although they have been virtually identical, their form, home and road, so far this season.
Right. 4 goals at home, 4 goals on the road.
Turner commits the foul for Bethlehem. Hackshaw with the run going. Cuts it back for Pasher. Pasher right foot. Usually prefers that left side. Did have a right-footed goal against Bethlehem when they played back in April.
Yeah, it's not like he's ineffective with it.
Couldn't keep that on frame. This portion of this match presented by Keystone Construction. It's more than construction. We build a vision. Everybody kind of held up thinking there's going to be a high boot called on that one. The official says no. Quickly, Evan Newton pounces on it. Turner to Shintu.
Good build.
Rayan plays it through, but put it at the back heel of Turner and not the front of the boot.
What a great ball, though.
That might have been 1-0. Novoa is the forward target. Now Connor with some space to operate. Been impressed by the defensive effort for Bethlehem so far.
Yeah, because the 11 have not made it easy. I mean, you're going touchline to touchline.
There goes Pasher, plays it across. And that ball given away on the attempted clearance. Zach Zandy, the player that sent that ball sideways for the steal. Gibson in somewhat unfamiliar territory that far forward.
You know, the thing with him, it's irrelevant. He doesn't lose the ball.
Novoa.
Oh,
for
what
Pasher,
a ball.
left foot, doesn't get through. And then Connor commits the foul.
That's an easy call.
Well, the skill of Novoa has been on display so far tonight.
Well, you know, Christian Novoa, you take a look at plays like this, a lot of forwards look to try and get a flick on goal. He sees a better option, a wide open player at the top of the box. Great decision, great execution.
Great job by Ofemu for the steal to get a leg in the way as Pasher was going near post. Again, I referenced being impressed by Bethlehem's defensive effort, knowing Indy scored 3 on them last time. And as mentioned, they have allowed 3 or more goals 11 times this season, including the last time out in a 3-3 draw against North Carolina.
And it hasn't been easy. I mean, they've done a good job against Indy 11, who's firing pretty well right now. So I'm very impressed with the youth of Bethlehem being able to accept stuff like that. This drives me crazy.
But there's the one thing that they have done is just the immediate giveaway will.
Yep.
Is that a young player making the mistake, or is that something almost maybe you think it's taught from an organizational standpoint?
I can't see it being taught, because, you know, if you're going to give up possession here at the top of the box or 20 yards further down the field, you know, I don't know any coaching philosophy that says put it in the attacking third for the other team as opposed to the middle third.
Kingay, the player that played that ball to the side that time, and Connor picks up his second foul in almost as many minutes. Galena, the step over. Barrett,
well played.
The sliding block. And then Iose carves out some space. Couldn't find King.
Galena's been impressive. And I think he's a good target, but he's also a guy that you can play into space.
Remember, in studying for the match the first time these two teams played last year, he scored an absolute beauty of a goal about 3 days before they played the Indy 11 and got your attention. And he was signed to a USL contract by the Union for the Steel early May last year. When that, after 1 year, that contract was then shifted to a Philadelphia Union contract this May. Illich won't be able to get there in time. Cortez finds the ball first. Good pressure applied by King. But still, the Steel remain in possession. And if you see the players with the lower numbers tonight for the Steel, that means they're on a Philadelphia Union deal. So the keeper in Freeze is wearing number 1. Galena's wearing number 20. The guys in the 30s, 40s, 50 range, that probably means they're on a Steel contract, a USL contract. The guys 60 or below normally would then be on an academy deal. I think Nathan Harriel's wearing 63 tonight, and thank you for touching the ball on cue as we're having that discussion.
I like systems like that I can understand. I do. Just, it's clear, it makes sense.
In the Steel last year, won a round of the playoffs. They beat the Pittsburgh Riverhounds at Highmark Stadium 2-2 at the end of 120 minutes. They won on penalties 8-7. They then lost at Louisville City in the second round 2-0. Frankly, of the 3 playoff matches that Lou City played against Eastern Conference foes, that was the one that was close.
Yeah, I think Indies would have been a lot closer if the weather wasn't such an issue. I think there was swirling winds and rain, and it just changes the game. And then in a playoff game, once you go down a goal or 2, you know,
Iose,
it kind of becomes irrelevant as far. I mean, a loss is a loss at that point. You might as well try and push some players up or do some different things to try and get back in it. So sometimes those scores become a little bit odd if you watch the game or you look at the teams, because it doesn't match what they're capable of doing.
Iose, a couple of brilliant goals on Wednesday night, going for another one there. This portion of the match brought to us by the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. Take your business to the next level in a state that works. Rayan the target. Hackshaw with him step for step. Good read. Well, that's a Famu that made that read for Bethlehem. To tackle away by Illich. Navoa just too strong of that first touch, trying to make the turn. Do you worry about the legs at some point for the Indy 11, knowing this is their third match in 7 days?
Depends. I think when you look at it, you have to evaluate the game, and you have to see, is this a game that's back and forth? If it is, then you worry a little bit. If you're able to grab possession, and you can kind of control the tempo and dictate where play is going, you become a little less concerned. So I think you have to kind of let the game settle in and figure out what flavor it's going to be, and then at that point you can start to say, we can let the guys go, or we might need to pull some guys back a bit.
Saw a lot of squad rotation from Sunday to Wednesday, but again, this is the same 11 that we saw Wednesday night against Ottawa. And rightfully so, given how they played.
Yeah, and even though they played well on Sunday, it was a loss, and so sometimes just simply a lineup change is enough to shake things up and get everybody back on point.
I thought it was interesting that Brendan Burke, we'll finish that thought in a moment. Pasher can't collect that one. But the head coach of the Steel, when asked about Indy's performance against Charleston, in their own notes said that should have been a multiple goal Indy victory. Yeah. It was a 1-0 loss in Charleston.
Yeah, and you look, if you watch it, incredible save by the Charleston keeper on Dane Kelly, and then Dane pushed to just wide. So the opportunities were there, the buildup was there, the possession was there, everything but the final execution.
Final 5 minutes plus stoppage time of this half, presented by your Central Indiana Honda Dealers, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11.
There you go. Oh.
Pasher towards the center of the park. Forward to Macaulay King. King gets around his man. Plays it across.
Great ball.
And that'll be a corner.
Macca King using the speed there.
Does have 2 assists this season, does Macca. And the last one being some 10 days ago on that game winner by Dane Kelly against Red Bulls 2.
Here's a dangerous situation. You got 2 really creative players on the corner kick, and you only send one guy out to defend.
Pasher, short corner action, but didn't get the shot on target he was hoping for.
That's youth. That's youth right there. You've got 2 of the most technical, creative players on the team in the corner. If you only send one guy, they're going to play short.
Freese in his 5 matches for the Steel this year does have 2 victories. And 4 different keepers have seen time for the Steel this season. Off the head of Hackshaw. Freese, his goals against average 1.6. Connor fouled. Restart a quick one by Indy. Long ball for Navoa.
What a look.
Navoa found a way to get to it. Ofemu has been impressive.
It was very well defended, because Navoa, if he gets on the other end of it, he's behind and he's in. It's a great ball by King.
Ofemu is 6'4" and 200 pounds. He doesn't look like he's going to turn 19 at the end of this month, does he?
No.
He's got that size. Yeah. He's 18. Again, I'll repeat my earlier statement. There is all kind of young talent in this Union organization.
No kidding.
If he were playing in some youth tournaments, that'd be official. Hey, check the birth certificate territory.
That's not right. Great double. Great double. Take a look at that effort by Zandy to get back, recognizing that it's Pasher alone with the defender and coming back to provide an opportunity for a double team. That sets up this opportunity here.
Well defended by Indy. Gibson able to walk the tightrope and keep that ball in play. In the long diagonal ball yet again. Good read by Harriel. Really slow the pace of Iose.
I love this. I love the way that they're playing. And I love the way that Bethlehem's playing. They're keeping them contained, even though the ball's moving all over the place. It's a good game to watch.
Novoa the target. Steered clear by Kinge. Now Cortez with a good run going. Macca King does a great job of getting in the way.
He really did. If he would have stayed back to try and defend the space behind him, that ball is in for Galena. Instead, he steps up, gets a piece of it, slows things down, allows the 11 to get their shape back. Great thought by Cortez and Galena.
We will have some stoppage time. Kind of the only really pause we had was we met being checked for an injury. And with that, 3 minutes of added time will be shown momentarily. Galena going to pressure Newton, and Newton handles it with his typical ease. I think if you're Brendan Burke, you got to be very happy how your team has played in this half.
Yeah, and you can tell. You look at how he was coaching in that first 15-20 minutes. He was up. He was very vocal. He was instructing. He was pulling the strings on the guys. And now he's settled in a little bit because the guys have settled in.
But I'm not sure you're overly disappointed in how your team's playing if you're Martin Running.
No, this is a great game.
Giveaway there by Bethlehem. Now Connor couldn't clear the traffic in midfield. Player down right now for Bethlehem. Indy 11 playing on, but then inadvertently played the ball to the side, and now that is Kinge, the player that is injured. He's dealing with a cramp.
Yeah, but it's that time of year. You got one wrist taped up, you got the other hand and finger taped up. It's that time of year where everybody's got something.
This is his 11th appearance of the season.
That's what we got to do. Around this time of year, we should start investing in tape.
Kinge, the native of Cameroon. He, 19 years of age.
Unreal.
If you're Martin Running, anything that from a tactic standpoint you change in half number 2?
I love the way that they're knocking it around the park. I think you've been very, very effective when you have Iose and Pasher overlapping each other on that side. You've had some great opportunities where they've been able to turn the corner, or they've been able to move the ball across the top of the box for some opportunities.
Bethlehem brought 5 players tonight. As far as bench are concerned, you can dress 18. They dress 16 this evening. 4 field players and, of course, a backup keeper. Union are in action tonight, and they were second in the Eastern Conference heading into this weekend's action. It's been a really good season for Jim Curtin in Philadelphia. And, of course, there is an Indianapolis tie on that Union team. One of their longest tenured players in Ray Gaddis is an Indianapolis native. Played his youth soccer at Tabernacle Presbyterian growing up, and then played at North Central High School before going on to West Virginia.
So you record also middle schools and grade schools when you're doing?
Ray Gaddis has been a frequent guest of Soccer Saturday on 93.5 and 107.5.
Rick, I've talked to you for 6 years, and I can barely remember where you went to high school.
Maybe I turned pro early. Maybe I didn't go to high school. Maybe I'm the Doogie Howser of broadcasting.
With pipes like that, you could probably have gone pro much earlier than you did.
We've had some added time on the added time. A whistle you'd think will be coming shortly. Not yet. And Galena will play this out, which forces Barrett to...
See, that's the difference right there. That's the difference right there. Look at this. Instead of just knocking this ball out, he's calm, under light pressure, knocks it up to Ouimet. They keep possession. Get the ball up to Novoa.
Rayan couldn't make the turn. Throw in coming.
This is a long extra time.
Well, again, Kinge went down during added time, so 3 minutes has stretched now to 4.5 and might get to 5. Over 10,000 tickets sold for tonight's match here at Lucas Oil Stadium.
That is great.
Fantastic crowd. One of the final Saturday night matches here of the season. Now Illich. Novoa gives chase. Still not a look at the wristwatch just yet. No need for one. A very evenly played and well played first half ends with zeros on the board for both sides.
Yeah, I thought the attacking opportunities fell more in favor of the 11, but the Steel navigated them. But I think they were just dangerous enough.
Next home match for the Indy 11, as mentioned a moment ago, Memphis 901 FC, October the 5th. After tonight, just 2 home regular season matches left. The other one October the 16th against Swope Park Rangers.
Interesting thing, a lot of people think Memphis 901 FC is the year they were founded. It's not.
No.
It's the area code.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm glad you pointed that out.
I just want to make sure nobody gets confused.
And this is where I announce Brad has his degree from DePaul University.
Easy. Easy.
Just waiting for the time to tick off the halftime clock. And we'll get our second half of action underway. No changes, it appears, for either side to start half number 2. And we are underway. We do have a change at halftime. We saw Kinge go down with a bit of a cramp at the end of the half. And with that, the veteran will be into the contest in James Chambers for Bethlehem. He made his 100th start for the Steel last week against North Carolina. He has been with them since day 1, the native of Ireland. He has 4 goals this season, does Chambers, so we knew we would see him at some point in time. He has played in every match but one this year for Bethlehem. And a foul whistled against Christian Novoa.
You know, I kind of like that too. As opposed to a goal kick, you give it to him in the corner.
And let us welcome a very special guest that will join us for the opening minutes of half number 2. We've been joined by former players. We've been joined by team executives. I think the mayor, the governor have been on. We've never been joined by El Presidente. We are now.
There you go. There you go. You're going higher and higher.
It's the apex of our broadcast history. It's Fernando Fiore that joins us again. He is kind of the unofficial ambassador, maybe it's official at this point, for Hispanic Heritage Night for the Indy 11. How has your weekend in the Circle City been?
It's very official, my friend. I'm so glad to be here this weekend. It's a very special night, La Noche de la Herencia Hispana, the night of the Hispanic Heritage. I think that it's a wonderful, wonderful night to be here. I thank Indy 11 for being part, for supporting our Latino community. And I think it's a street of, you know, a two-way street. You know, you support your community, they support your team.
100%.
And the same thing happened with all the other communities. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's not just the Latinos. You name it. Germans and Polish and Irish and anything that lives here, everybody who lives here in Indiana.
You were here for Super Bowl 46. What is it like watching soccer in this venue?
I get a little confused with the lines. I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about that. But obviously, you know, you get used to it. You know, I'm here in this country since 1980, so I saw these kind of setups in giant stadiums back in the days with the Cosmos, and I saw it in many stadiums over and over. And hopefully, we will have our own stadium. Oh, you see, I say our own stadium.
Nice.
I feel like an Indy 11,
well, you got
man.
the red polo going on already.
That's it, man. That's it.
Hey, you've called games all over the world at all levels. Is there a style of soccer that's most attractive to you or that you enjoy watching or calling more than another?
Well, you know, I say it all the time. I prefer, Let's see what Ayosi does now. Oh, nice cross. By the way, Ayosi makes every single ball look so easy, right? And it looks like I would say 99.9% of his passes are accurate.
It's ridiculous.
Right?
It really is.
I know the gentleman from the days of the Cosmos, and I follow him, and he still got the very same attitude towards the game.
By the way, Brad, Fernando and I had an unofficial production meeting on this on Soccer Saturday last week on the show, and he knows that if a goal happens for the Indy 11 while we are in broadcast mode, it's your goal call. You take over as it happens.
So let me pray for doing one of those. Coming back, obviously as a fan, like I said, you always prefer, the attacking style of play. I'm a fan of Cholo Simeone in Atletico Madrid, which is a defensive style of play with the control of the ball. But, everything got the pros and cons. You have a good defense, then you can add it up and go forward. I love soccer, period.
You saw Tyler Pasher a little worse for the wear after that contact. Reason for the restart there in the corner by the Indy 11. Overall impressions of the first half of this match, Fernando.
Nice run by Pasher. Unfortunately, Novoa was making a foul when nobody called him. But I think, again, the domination, it was clear. The possession is clear. Muto got a good save, which was instrumental to keep it at 0-0.
Illich.
A great ball by Illich.
Pasher could keep it in play. That's going to be a goal kick coming for Bethlehem Steel. You referenced the fact you came to the country in 1980 from Argentina. As our fans watch the replay here, just your thoughts on the growth of this sport in this nation these last 4 decades.
It's been a roller coaster for me personally. I saw the old NASL going up high with 60,000 people at giant stadiums going to watch Beckenbauer and Niskens and Romero and Berkenmeyer and Duggan and Chinaglia and Davis. And then the whole league went down and fall down. So it was, I never heard of my life, my short life at that time, only 20 years. I never heard that in any part of the world the whole league disappeared. It could disappear a team, but a league?
We were the first to make that happen.
I know. Yeah. It was so sad. Then I saw it again coming up. I had to wait for so many years till the MLS come in. Then I saw my team, the Fusion in Miami, folded down. So God, it's up and down, up and down. Now it's great because now we have the first division MLS. I know there is no pro relegation. We don't want to get into that right now. But then you have a USL that is making on those markets that they need to have a local team to support. And it's fantastic. Look at these people. When they have their own stadium, we will rock it, man.
So in that gap between the NASL and the MLS, where there was the ASL and the USISL and these other leagues, what were you doing at that time? Mostly international games, or were you still involved in the rebirth of the US pro game?
Yeah, well, at this particular moment, obviously, I was following the US men's national team, and at that particular moment, I wasn't doing sports shows, so. That's why I said, hey, I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna do something else. And I was doing a traveling show around the world. I was doing also a comedy show. I did news. I did everything else except weather. I don't know why.
You want to tell him who your host was with the traveling show?
Sofia Vergara from Modern Family.
Yeah.
Maybe you know her. That's it.
That might have been the first question I asked Fernando about on Soccer Saturday last week. Pasher applying pressure, obviously keeper well off his line, but can anybody settle it to steer it back on goal? The answer is no, as Freeze is back in position. And Fernando Fiore, our special guest here in the broadcast booth, take away.
Good opportunity for a counter.
But Galina's offside. Well played by Barrett. Kept his high line. Final question before we let you go. And you talked about covering the men's national team. Obviously, we're at a low point. It seems USMNT right now. What do you think the immediate future holds for the team under Greg Berhalter as we get ready for World Cup 2022?
Let me get my crystal ball later on today, and I'll let you know. Difficult question because I was there in Trinidad and Tobago to see that final game, and I think that I still have nightmares from that day. So I don't know. I don't know why did it take so long to name our coach. Okay, ref, can you move? I don't know why they take so long to name the permanent coach. It was a year, that we literally wasted. because when you don't have something to play for that is official, then that's the time to get your program going on and restructure. So now, you know, a lot of people say, what are we going to do now? Well, pray. I guess a lot of pray.
Pasher to Ioze.
Come on, boy.
Ioze looking back post. Macaulay King.
What a
deflected
ball.
away. Corner coming. Fernando will let you go enjoy.
No, let me wait for the corner.
You want the goal? You think it's going to be a goal?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't want to ruin his goal call.
No.
You stay here,
Oh,
Fernando.
it was in the corner? Yeah, is it? No? Yeah? Oh, what's going on?
Oh, is offsides call or what?
That was a good save to start with.
I wonder if they say the ball crossed the byline before he got his hands on it.
That might be.
Potentially, that might be the case.
Okay.
Fernando, thank you so much, my friend. Great to see you.
Thank you. What
Great.
a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Fernando Fiore, again from Fox Sports, covering a World Cup, Copa America, numerous other events, part of Hispanic Heritage Night. Love the fact the Indy 11 has brought Fernando in. He has brought a great deal of energy to this event over the last 10 days. Let's make this an annual thing, my friend.
What annual? Let's do it monthly.
Okay, October 5th. We'll see you here. Barrett will shepherd that ball across the byline. Goal kick coming for Evan Newton. He just brings the energy up with the room, doesn't he?
Oh, my goodness. You know, and we were talking about it with him pre-game a little bit. He's changed soccer. He's brought in fans that may have never experienced this sport because he's changed the way you broadcast the game. He's brought flair and he's brought entertainment to it.
Illich with the creative play.
Wow.
And now they'll go back basically as soon as he moved the ball backward. Again, well officiated. When the ball was going backward and not forward, that's when the advantage ended. Call the foul, free kick outside of the 18. Cortez lost his captainship as Illich and he were getting tangled.
Well, when you foul like that, sometimes it gets taken away. The powers above make those decisions sometimes.
Fans of Sports, this match presented by the Denny Companies, tearing down the past so you can build the future.
This is a good spot. You got a lot of options from here. There's a chance. There's a chance. If the window exists, there's a chance at a shot, but this is not typically a shooting angle. But the way Ioze is standing over that ball, it's like a pitcher with the last pitch of a no-hitter.
Ioze sends it in, does not clear the wall. He'll try a second time. Hackshaw! What a save!
What
there has
just
been
happened?
Some missed headers the last couple of games by the Indy 11. That one wasn't missed. That was denied by Matt Freeze.
Oh, Matty Freeze with a couple of big saves today. Not just does he get his hand to it, but is able to deflect it around the bar. That's unreal.
And I love that. Well, back to action quickly. We'll finish that thought in a moment as you're seeing replays here. Ball is being chased out of the 18 as we speak. Illich with one touch to settle.
No
and Illich finds the top of the net.
No
Flag stays down. And Indy 11 has a 1-goal lead.
What a creative and incredibly athletic Dubs. Hackshaw's throwing the streamers back into the stands. Oh my goodness, what a ball. Who served that? Is that Patty Barrett again?
Great job to not let the attack end by the Indy 11. He leaves after a minute. And I'm sure you can hear that through the microphone too. Sometimes you have to know when to lay out, which is what I absolutely did there. Second goal for Ilya Illich with the Indy 11.
Oh my goodness.
Brendan Burke not happy on the sidelines, getting a talking to from both the assistant referee as well as the fourth official.
And I got to see the replay on it because he may have justification. And certainly from his angle, it's got to look offsides.
Immediate opportunity here. Ball played across back post.
Oh my goodness, what a great decision.
Galena couldn't get to it.
What a great decision by Harriel just to knock that ball across. You think a young player is going to take the shot. Instead, he unselfishly bends it behind the back line for an opportunity backside.
So here's the ball to Illich. Illich is onside. Great job by our Raycom crew to show you that.
Look at this.
Defender.
Look at that.
Kept him onside. It was Cortez that kept him onside on that play. Now Chambers leaves it for Zandy. Barrett asked for a flag. Not going to get it there either. Well, credit Bethlehem. They have answered the Indy 11 goal by stepping up their attack.
Wow. Wow, just a handful of individual technical brilliance.
Ball played across, flicked, and Newton equals the save.
We are getting a goalkeeper clinic out here today.
Some highlight reel saves the last 5 minutes. That has been somewhat standard operating procedure for Newton this year. His name has not been called upon a lot, but when asked, he's been up to the challenge so many times.
We say it every single game. There is one moment in the game where he has to be completely clicked in, and he always shows up.
Both teams should have an additional goal in the last few minutes. Beautiful flick that time by Shintu. Looking for a goal in a second consecutive match for the Steel. Galena remains onside, looking back post, off the bar, headed down, kept out.
Are you kidding?
Connor steers it away.
This is just getting silly.
Pasher will play it off a Steel player, but it did touch Pasher last. So the attack continues for Bethlehem. Player down for Bethlehem. That's the reason why play was stopped. It is Harriel that is the player that is down for the Steel. It wasn't like there was a lack of activity in the first half, but business has picked up in half number 2.
My goodness. And not just opportunities, but incredible opportunities, and then incredible denials.
Off the woodwork, and Barrett closes up shop.
Not just to block the shot, but then to have the presence to stay with it. Get this. I'll just volley it to myself, and then I'll clear it out.
And you see Harriel got injured when he landed on his own teammate in Shintu. Fans, Indy 11 Premium Suites, the perfect way to entertain your guests. Learn more at Indy11.com or call 317-685-1100. By the way, this portion of this match presented by Community Health Sports Medicine. Dream big, work hard, and finish strong. To say the last 7 minutes have been frenetic would be an understatement.
I agree with you.
Thank you. Restart coming here. And Hackshaw will boot that ball back to the keeper and Freeze, who is well outside of the 18-yard box. And what's at stake for the Indy 11? A win here. They'd be back in a first-place tie on points with New York Red Bulls. That actually would sit in second. The first tiebreaker is number of wins. Two teams would be even on that front. But it would go on goal differential as the second tiebreaker, which Red Bulls 2 has that advantage.
And there's not enough time in the season to catch them. They're just off the chart. Here we go.
Pasher, Ofemu got in the way. And then Connor will be whistled for the foul. Trying to play through Chambers. Ofemu's been really good tonight. Hackshaw did get around him for that header, the great save that Freeze made. But again, he's 18 years old. Same for Harriel, by the way, who's now back onto the pitch for Bethlehem. And it looks like Matt Watson is about to have his number called. It is his moment of the match. Get to minute number 60. Time to call up Matt Watson if you're Martin Running. Pasher stopped for a moment. Ofemu did just enough to get out of the way. Connor got that ball but couldn't control it. And finally Cortez fouled by Pasher. Long distance ball that Newton will make look easy when it wasn't. Good to see that Fernando spots the exact same qualities in Iose that we see on a match-by-match basis.
If you follow this game at all, you look at how he plays and you see the quality immediately. You see the creativity, you see the vision, you see the touch, you see it. And the thing is he has it all. I mean, he's a defender. He can defend. The only reason he's playing up higher on the field is because he's so creative in delivering the ball.
So Watson is yet to make his way to the fourth official. He and Juan Guerra having a lengthy conversation first. To finish off some of the importance of this game for the Indy 11. A win tonight, they get to 56 points. That'd be the most in a regular season in club history with 7 matches left to play. It would be 23 consecutive without a loss in this building. They already have a franchise record. They're trying to climb the charts as far as a USL record is concerned. The Richmond Kickers have that record from a few years ago. Restart coming now for the Steel. But also if Indy wins and if Charleston loses at Pittsburgh, that would clinch a playoff spot for Indy. With 5 weeks left to go in the regular season, and Hackshaw going to be whistled for a foul as Rand goes to the turf. This match presented by Delta Faucet. Delta, see what Delta can do. Looks like a substitution about to take place for Bethlehem as well. They're getting a player ready to go towards the fourth official. Patrick Bowie is about to enter this match. Sounds like Shintu is the player he'll be replacing.
And this is something that the 11 have to stay away from here in this final 25-30 minutes, is these giveaways in the middle of the field that allows a team that is looking to counter the opportunity to play that game.
And Ouimet going to get a card for that too, as Zandy got sent flying. So a yellow first of the match against an Indy 11 player goes to Carl Ouimet. That'll be his 3rd caution of the season.
And you understand the intent. Just going to try and shield the ball off, but you got to stay away from the contact. You just can't give a look right now to them like this.
So Shintu will exit. Bowie will enter. Patrick Bowie. He is from the Ivory Coast, and he is 15 years old. December 2003.
That boggles my mind.
For Bowie, this is his 7th appearance of the season. 5 have been as a reserve. Looking back post, a feint move the target, steers it towards the 6. Swept away by Illich. Pasher trying to bend it around Turner. Then a series of jersey tugs favors Indy. Navoa onside, or is he? No, he's not.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Iose pull that one back, because Christian was just a step out. Wait for Pasher's run to develop a little bit more and send him in.
Looks like he was on. I think that's his 2nd game in a row where Indy has a legitimate claim.
Always trust Iose.
But Navoa should have been onside. There was an early goal taken away by the Indy 11 because of the offside flag coming up against Ottawa. And Navoa's night is done. So we see a similar substitution pattern on Wednesday night. Navoa goes the first 60. Watson comes in to close out the match.
It's a good move. You push now Illich up with Pasher. Drop Matt Watson back into the midfield. You got fresh legs in the middle. That'll help a little bit with the counter. Likely help a little bit with the possession.
So Watson now making his 19th appearance of the season as a substitute. By the way, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home for all things USL. At least 19 matches featured on ESPN networks, including 9 on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Also want to thank our friends at the Indiana Economic Development Corporation as they are bringing you this portion of the match. Take your business to the next level in a state that works. Barrett allows that ball to reach his teammate at Evan Newton. Hackshaw finds Watson. And Iose bends his body around to pass.
Good touch, good ball.
Rayan sprung forward. Able to keep it in play.
Wow.
And keeps a controlling touch.
Hackshaw is so good at denying dribbling lanes and passing lanes.
The USL's elite youth program, USL Academy, allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Cortez. Traffic there.
Dangerous ball.
Foul against Bethlehem. Well, Bethlehem has not played like a team that's out of the playoff picture tonight.
No, I'll tell you what, as soon as that goal went in, they have kicked it up a notch and have generated a lot more than just a counterattacking game.
And I think back to something, as that ball deflected inadvertently off the head of a Bethlehem player, and immediately he goes down, and that is Shivani Willis. He took that about 5 yards out, which is why, again, play was stopped immediately. Look back to the point that I was making. Martin Rennie said this last year about playing these teams that are affiliated with Major League Soccer, is that they tend to forget kind of bad results quickly, because the focus is, what am I doing every match to get myself to the Major League Soccer club?
Right.
Chance for everybody to take a bit of a hydration break here. A little extra coaching from Brendan Burke. This was at full blast and not intended. And actually, the replay you just saw at home is being shown on the video boards here, and you kind of heard the groan of the crowd after seeing that.
It's a good crowd, too.
And over 10,000 tickets sold for tonight's game.
Was driving down Meridian on the way in. I love seeing this. I started seeing Indy 11 flags the closer I started getting downtown. And then when I actually got, I think, I forget, maybe past 10th Street, I start seeing jerseys walking down the street. Love that support.
Brickyard Battalion always in full song, especially on a Saturday night. Now Willis making the walk over towards the bench. A second sub was being prepared by Bethlehem regardless. Not sure if that might change who the substitute may be coming in for. Looks like Axel Picasso is going to enter this match at some point. That might change now momentarily. So Barrett awaits the restart and will knock it back towards the keeper. And now being waved back on is Willis. So minute number 73, the lone goal belonging to Ilya Illich. And King clipped. And this will be a card shown. That goes against Zach Zandy. King will play through it. McCauley may have sold that one a little bit. King, the rookie who hasn't played like it all season long. The flick by Illich. Great settle by King. Tremendous job to keep that ball in play. And so many times earlier that ball was just played out to the side, not that time by Bethlehem. That's Cortez that made that play. Bowie, the target. Great job by Barrett.
Absolutely.
And buys about 20 yards on that throw in.
Coming in, I like him as a help defender coming in and being able to just offer support and a soft double team behind Neville just in case.
Corner coming. This match presented by Ivy Tech. Career start here. Apply for free at ivytech.edu. There's Dane Kelly. Kelly, the game winner 10 days ago against Red Bulls 2.
A lot of traffic in the 6.
Ball sent in. Illich got there first. Newton with the read, and Newton couldn't get his hands to it. And it will be a corner.
Yeah, and that one with that much traffic, you know, you probably better serve boxing it out instead of trying to catch it, just because you could get nudged off the ball.
The restart, a quick one, back post, it's a goal. Ofemu with the goal, and we're tied at 1.
Great ball, great run, clicked off just for a moment, allowed him to get goal side.
Just the 5th goal allowed at home this season by the Indy 11. And after Indy scored, Bethlehem ratcheted up their tenor of play.
It's a great serve, sneaks all the way through. He gets into this little pocket in the 6 without a runner tracking him. Too easy of a goal.
For Ofemu, it is his 2nd goal of the season. This is his 21st match of the year. And we are level here in Indianapolis. This is a team that has had some post 80th minute magic this year. He will need some to get the full 3 tonight.
You got to respect the effort of Bethlehem. I mean, once the goal went in, they went full force to get the equalizer, and really have controlled play since that time.
By the way, Dane Kelly did enter the match, so Dane Kelly in for Indy. Hackshaw finds Ioze. First touch for Dane Kelly. Kelly did score a goal against Bethlehem, a beauty, back in April. Connor gets it to Kelly, able to keep it in play.
He uses his body so well to shield the defender.
Connor sends it across. Watson the touch. Couldn't keep it down. Well, it has been a while since Indy has been in this position where they have needed to win one late, at least in this building. The last draw they had in this building came to Louisville on June the 29th. Since then, they have won every match, even if it's been a 1-goal deficit at the or advantage at the end. Kind of things have been decided, so to speak. Tyler Pasher, a couple of game winners in May and June for this team. Alioune Jahate had one in June. King playing the long ball that Ioze will get to, but can't do much with. Throw in coming for Bethlehem.
And now you look at that touchline to touchline ball, and maybe there are opportunities where someone like Macaulay King needs to take an extra touch draw more defenders over to his side of the field, open up the space for Iose a little bit more.
The Sports This match presented by Honda Manufacturing of Indiana, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. King wants to switch the side of the attack. Second substitution has reached the fourth official for Bethlehem. We'll get that to you in a matter of moments.
Good build.
Iose looking back post. Pasher the target. Ball is spilled. Ofemu skies it. Watson steers it in. Back to midfield by Bethlehem. And Barrett will play this back to Newton for safekeeping. Axel Picasso, the player that awaits to check in for Bethlehem. And he's going to replace Shivani Willis when given the opportunity. Pasher the target. Keeper off his line, plows into Pasher. Kelly will tap it in. Goal given. It would have been a penalty, I think, otherwise. Goal for Dane Kelly. Card is going to be shown to the keeper. Now we'll check on Pasher.
What a great touch. You know you're going to get hit in that moment.
Now let's make sure the goal stays. I thought advantage was being played, but given... Now I see guys applauding as they leave. I believe it is a goal, plus then a card being shown. So I believe the advantage was given. Kelly is celebrating, so yes, that is a goal for Dane. His 7th of the season, his 74th of his career.
And right here, you see it. You know you're going to get hit. And still to have the presence to go fight for that ball and not just get ahead to it, put it to the all-time leading scorer in the USL Championship history.
That was a Barry Windham level lariat that Freeze just hit on Pasher outside of the 18. And let's hope that he is okay, because again, he has been so instrumental this season to the Indy 11. And Indy does have one more substitution with which they can use. And I think Kenny Walker is being told that's going to be you coming into the match.
Yeah, and you look at the injury that sidelined Pasher for most of the year and last year, and you're hoping that this hasn't re-aggravated it or hasn't impacted it at all.
So Pasher, thankfully, appears to be okay. And again, my partner alluded to the fact he dealt with a neck injury last season. And it was around the chest, the shoulder area. And Kelly, who's missed a couple of open nets at times this year, does not miss with that one.
What a great response. What a great response from the 11. And it was a great response from Bethlehem, and I expect another great response right now.
I think whether Pasher wants his night to be done, his night is going to be done for him. And it will be Kenny Walker coming in to replace Tyler Pasher, as the other substitutions have been waved back to the bench. The next match for Indy isn't until Friday night in Birmingham. But Pasher will not add, it looks like, to his 10-goal total on the season tonight. And now that Pasher is off the sidelines, the training staff and team doctor will have a conversation with the Ontario native. So first Picasso will enter. Picasso, a native of Austin, Texas. Continuing with the theme of tonight's match for Bethlehem. He's 18 years old. And then Walker for Pasher, so the subs have all been used up by Martin Running. So Walker is in. This year, Kenny Walker appearing in his 22nd match out of 26 this year. Missed a couple due to appendicitis early in the season. He did not appear in Wednesday's match against Ottawa. So once again, the Indy 11 are back in a 3-point position. Now can Bethlehem do something that no one has done all season? And that is score 2 at home against the Indy 11. 5 goals allowed this year in now 15 home matches. The .33 in terms of goals allowed at home ties the best margin in USL history. As far as goals allowed at home, the Rochester Rhinos a few years back allowed a .33 in home matches. Hackshaw. Ball finds the feet of Ofemu. And Newton will watch that one lift up and over the ball.
Yeah, and you look since the goal, you know, they've had the energy, they've kind of brought that same spirit to the attack. Whereas once it was even, you know, they'd sat back a little bit. Like I wouldn't say they were content to get a point, but they certainly dropped their line of pressure.
Could it be yet another win after the 80th minute for the Indy 11? I think that number is up to 6 or 7 at this point that have been decided from the 80th minute on.
You know, you never want to concede a goal and lose that 1-goal advantage that you had, but coming back, being tied late and then having to score again, it builds so much character, it builds so much belief in a team.
By the way, a quick look. Pittsburgh is leading Charleston 1-0. So again, if that result holds and this result holds, both the Indy 11 and Red Bulls 2 would clinch playoff spots tonight. And frankly, the aspirations are higher for both of those teams. Rayan last touched it. Throw in coming for the Indy 11. By the way, elsewhere, Louisville leading Hartford 1-0. And Tampa Bay has leveled with Atlanta United 2. 1-1 the score there. The other teams in the top 6, North Carolina lost to Swope Park 1-0 today. Nashville does not play tonight. They play on Tuesday.
A great kind of invisible moment from Carl we met a second ago. He was tracking a player with the ball, running back towards midfield. He was following him, and as this player dropped the ball to another Bethlehem Steel player, he broke off of his player and continued the pressure. When a player does that, he allows everybody else to remain in their shape. He spends a little bit more energy so the team itself doesn't have to spend energy.
Final 5 minutes plus stoppage time in tonight's match, brought to you by your Central Indiana Honda dealers, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. Let's remind your fans, you can catch Wednesday Night Soccer on ESPN3. It is an Eastern Conference battle. The other top club in the East, New York Red Bulls 2 against St. Louis FC.
Wow.
Opportunity here. Dane Kelly, left foot, freeze, kick save.
He just clicked off for a moment in the back.
Advantage being played. Kelly fouled Chambers. The two exchange a handshake. We play on. Bowie slides it forward. Gibson reads it beautifully. Iose the flick, but possession short-lived. Harriel sends it in. Gibson with the block. 2 times over on the block. And now a card going to be given to Dane Kelly for the foul on Chambers.
Such a well-officiated match.
By the way, for Kelly, that is his 4th, so he will now go on caution watch after that one. In other words, once you get to your 5th in a season, you would miss the next match. Indy 11 has been rare to be in that predicament this year. Barrett clears it. Chambers lines it up. Connor doesn't give him an angle. Now he'll blast away, and Newton Could read the logo on the select ball as it came to him.
That's the second time he's done that. They've built up a great opportunity. They've struck a good ball, and he just casually gathers it.
Chambers and Paddy Barrett, not only natives of Ireland, they both once played for the same club.
What a
Kelly
touch.
looking to make the turn, keeps it in play.
What a great first touch by Dane Kelly.
He tends to score goals in bunches. He did that in April, including against Bethlehem. And now he has scored 3 in the last few weeks for the Indy 11, 2 in the last 10 days. A pocket of space for Matt Watson. Kelly couldn't get to it, and neither could Macaulay King.
It's just a great, you got a defender on you. You know where the space is, and you just sort of drag that back foot, play it out into space away from the defender. Brilliant touch.
The flick by Watson. The speed turned on by Ioze. And possession 9/10 of the law right now for the team with a 1-goal lead.
Good look.
Walker is onside.
Get him.
Kelly is back post.
Oh, you had him on the early ball in the first touch. But I think everybody kind of held up, thought he was offsides, but you had Dane Kelly sitting back post.
By the way, behind the play, Macaulay King was given a yellow card as well. So another yellow handed out to an Indy 11 member. King picks up a yellow. 6 minutes of stoppage time. So this match is far from over. Ofemu barrels into Watson. Connor got the ball first, but Galena tracks it down. Opportunity here. Bowie lifts it up and over the bar.
Had it. He had it. Had a look at it.
Bowie has not scored a goal in his now 7 appearances.
Right here, if you're going to lift it over him, it's got to be a little softer ball.
Just wanted to double check. Turned 16 in December. What level of soccer were you playing at the age of 15, Brad?
Ridiculously poor level.
Park Tudor School, I presume?
Park Tudor and Dynamo. I'm a project to both.
Not the Houston Dynamo, folks. That's Dynamo FC, a local soccer club.
Dr. Alan Kantner started that club, built soccer.
A great local soccer club, but not the Houston Dynamo.
It is, and I'll tell you what, you take a look at soccer in Indiana and how great the level of play is here and how many great players we've produced. It is the Kantner family and the Capsalis family that launched soccer in Indianapolis and in Indiana in general.
Galena commits the foul on Ioze. I'd say that's a clear foul. Indy looking for a 3rd win in 5 tries in their brief history with the Steel. But first one in this building. Kelly.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, that knee, that leg just kind of buckled underneath him and got rolled up on. It's a dangerous foul.
A yellow is shown. Indy is wanting more on Ofemu. But again, now the concern is the injury to Kelly. There's the obvious short-term concern. If he can't continue, you're playing a man down the rest of the match. But the long-term concern, if that is a knee injury that keeps him out for some length of time, the days are growing short in this season for the Indy 11.
A yellow card caution has been issued to Bethlehem Steel FC.
And it's all about the way that knee buckled.
Right. Oh, that hurt my knee.
And this could be a costly win for the Indy 11. As you've seen injuries to Kelly as well as Tyler Pasher. That's only 17 goals combined on the season.
Right. And you listen to this crowd, and you've got mixed, after they watch the video, you've got mixed people gasping and holding their breath as they watch the replay of it. And then you've got the Brickyard Battalion who is saying, hey, that yellow, that ain't good enough.
Now Kelly hobbling towards the sideline. You got to be very careful to make sure you don't try to do too much, again, knowing you're a man down currently. He's certainly a veteran. I'm sure he's dealt with collisions like that before. Take another look.
Oh, I don't want to see it anymore. Oh. We got to blur that out like in the witness protection program.
Kelly trotting back on.
There we go.
And obviously to the applause of the Brickyard Battalion. So we've got 6 minutes of added time. Expect more on top of that. Looking back post for Hackshaw.
There you go. Gosh, you just can't get the ball from him.
Hackshaw will take it to the corner flag, and it's a beautiful night for a campfire. He's going to sit there and stare at it, and draws a foul.
He's run the clock out right here.
I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of distance traveled on this free kick.
Because you can't get the ball from Iose. Just touch it to him and let him do his thing in the corner. He can hold the ball for 90 seconds.
You can kind of hear Neville and Iose having that conversation. That's going to be another foul.
Don't push him over. Same place. It's right there.
That's the voice of the referee you're hearing, by the way.
Love these on-field mics.
We've been lucky the language of these has been PG-13 for the most part.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That'll be off an Indy 11 player.
Let's see if Bethlehem's got one more run in them.
I would imagine you're looking at about 90 seconds left after Kelly's knee, maybe a little bit more. So again, we will go past the 6th, maybe as many as 7 minutes. Kelly. Knee appears to be fine. Connor's onside. I'm not sure how aggressive you need to be at going on goal here. This may become a precision passing contest for the Indy 11. And King earns a corner.
That's so well played.
And the Brickyard Battalion realizes the quality of said play, and frankly McCauley does too. And was that it?
That was it.
Wow, they stopped it at 6. I thought we would see extra minutes added because of the knee injury to Kelly. We did not. Match is over. 23 in a row at home for the Indy 11. In terms of not a loss, another win at home for the Indy 11. And it's their 17th win of the season, and they jump into a first-place tie with New York Red Bulls, too. Stay tuned. Our Westport Whiskey shot of the game comes your way next as you're watching Indy 11 soccer on My Indy TV and ESPN+.